So this is an anchor chart for the properties of addition and multiplication. And to do this chart, I want you to go ahead and turn your page into a window. And what do I mean by that? I mean all the way down the middle and then across at about the midpoint. Okay, and we're going to put right here in this box the commutative property. Okay, and first we're going to talk about just the word commute. Okay, commute. Have you ever heard that word, like, outside of math? Okay, so some people describe their drive to and from work as a commute. Have you ever heard that? Okay, so to commute means to go back and forth. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, sorry, I decided I really wanted these black wheels for my car. It became important. Okay, so to commute means to go, like you can make a sentence, right? Mom commutes to and from work. Okay, so she goes this way and then she goes that way. Okay, so what does that look like as the commutative property? Okay, so commutative property, okay, says that order doesn't matter. Okay, order doesn't matter. Okay. And so that could look like 4 plus 6 equals 10, or 6 plus 4 equals 10. Or it could be 4 times 6 equals 24, or 6 times 4 equals 24. Okay, and remember these properties only work with addition and multiplication. Okay, so the commutative property says order doesn't matter. Okay, so the next one I want to talk about is the identity property. Okay, so identity. Oh, that's the same kind of purple I used before. Let me see if I'm going to bluer color. Blue. No. Sorry. Identity. Identity. Okay. Now I've got the autofocus going on. Hold on. Okay. Oh, that's still pretty blurry. Identity. Okay. And what is an identity? It's, who you are, right? Okay. So, the sentence for that would be, your, hold on, let me sharpen this real quick. Identity is who you are. Okay? Right? So, in the identity property, okay, identity property, for addition, okay, so it's actually slightly different for the two operations. Okay, so anything plus 0 is itself, or anything times 1 is itself. So it's just saying that it's how to get the number back again, right? So 4 plus 0 equals 4. Okay, 4 times 1 equals 4. So sometimes they call this the 0 property of addition. It's just saying that anything plus 0 is itself, anything times 1 is itself. Okay. All right, so next up we have the associate. So we're going to write the word associate. Okay. Associate. Okay. All right. So, and our kind of image for this is these two kids. Okay. And your kids can be two boys, they can be two girls, it can be a girl and a boy. Okay, mine is this ridiculously curly-headed girl, and this spiky-haired boy. Okay, and then you have to pick names for them. Okay, so you know, this is Josh and this is Susie. Okay, so at school, Josh associates or hangs out with Susie. Okay, because to associate means to hang out with. Okay, so the associative property says that grouping doesn't matter. So you can change groupings in addition and in multiplication, and it won't matter. Okay, let's do some examples of that. Okay, all right, move this down a little bit. Okay, so let's say if I did 4 plus 2 times 3. Okay, and I'm going to put equals, and then down here I'm going to do 4 plus 2 times 3. So you have grouped these differently, but if you think about it, what is 4 plus 2 times 3? Well, that would be like 4 plus 6 equals, oh, and that was supposed to be, sorry, these were supposed to be plus. Sorry, I totally messed that up. All plus signs. I kind of got ahead of myself. Okay, so I can't erase. So 2 plus 3 is 5, right? Okay, so 4 plus 5 is the same as, let me just make sure I've done this right, because now I'm second guessing myself. 4 plus 2 plus 3, 4 plus 2, so 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 3, okay, 4 plus 5 is 9, 6 plus 3 equals 9, so they all equal 9. So no matter how I group those, it doesn't matter. And I can do the same with multiplication. This time I'll stick with my multiplication sign. 2 times 3 equals, it's the same as 4 times 2 times 3, and just to clarify, in case I mixed you up, you can't mix and match, okay? You can't regroup and have addition on one side, and no. So this, you have to stick with the same signs. I'm really sorry about that. But let's see what, so 4 times, and then 2 times 3 is 6, and here 4 times 2 equals 8 times 3, and 4 times 6 is 24, 8 times 3 is 24, so my grouping doesn't matter, but it does matter that these were all plus signs and these were all multiplication signs. Sorry. Okay, and the last property we're going to talk about is the distributive. Okay, so to distribute, okay, let's see our picture for this. Let's draw some little presents, okay? Okay, a little bow on it, okay? Oh, look at that, okay? We need more than one, okay? So another like taller package, like solid paper, and then like a big fancy bow. Maybe that's starting to look like a bag. Maybe that's a bag. And that's like the tissue paper. Okay, and then maybe one more present back here. Okay, like this. All right. Okay. So, and my sentence is, Grandma distributes gifts. I should have known associates. Distributes gifts to all the grandkids. Okay, so to distribute means to pass out. Okay, so the distributive property So the distributive property is just a way of working with addition and multiplication that says that multiplying a sum is the same as multiplying the add-ins separately, and I'm going to explain that separately. Okay, so I was trying to think of a simpler way to explain that, but that's really about what it means. Okay, so for example, okay, 4 times 2 plus 5. Okay, all right. So and we've talked about, this 4 with next to the parentheses means that we're multiplying, and your order of operations would tell you that that's going to be 4 times 7, okay? And what is 4 times 7? It's 28, right? Okay. Well, you can distribute or hand out this 4 separately, okay? And you can do 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 4 times 5, which is 20, and you'll still get 28. Okay, so we have this order of operations, and this is what we normally do, but as you get into higher math, using this distributive property will help you in solving some more advanced equations, so it's just important to get it out there. It means you can distribute the number outside of parentheses that you're going to be multiplying, both of these add-ins, the two numbers that you add. If you're going to be multiplying both add-ins by 4, you can multiply the sum, 2 plus 5, 7, or you can multiply each add-in and then add them together. Okay, so those are your properties of multiplication and addition. Okay, that was the chair squeaking, just so you all know.